Kebo Kinul evoke art performances are close to people's life, predominantly Javanese livelihood as farmers. This art alive and thriving in Sukoharjo district, Central Java. Most take Kebo Kinul as buffalo fat, while others interpret as a scarecrow. In the past, Kebo Kinul known as child's play. Kebo Kinul been shown by the people of the village Genengsari, Sukoharjo Regency, Central Java, Borobudur Arts Festival in around the year 1995 to 1996. In the show, Kebo Kinul story associated with the local legend. Kebo Kinul believed by local people as a typical folk art Sukoharjo, given in other areas have not found a similar art. Some areas in Sukoharjo who know this kind of art among the people in the district Polokarto, Bulu, and Muter. Based on interviews with several sources, they told that Kebo Kinul, anciently known as children's games, are played at night when the full moon. At that time, Kebo Kinul played someone with a leather harness, young bamboo as a mask, which latter was often painted to look spooky. Body, legs, and arms wrapped with straw and had difficulty walking. Players can only set foot as he swung forward and backward. This game, Kebo Kinul not know the standard rules and more like a carnival. Children in a group walk around the village, accompanied Kebo Kinul character while sounding gong and sang Bo Kinul, Cereret, Godal Gadul. In its development, Kebo Kinul displayed back in the form of folk performances are then differentiated between versions and versions Genengsari new creations. Genengsari versions limited to the type of Kebo Kinul, which still contains elements of ritual, worship, and spiritual. Through slightly creation of a new version of the show Kebo Kinul, which does not contain these elements and tend to be adaptive to demand an audience. Kebo Kinul version Genengsari, born when the game Kebo Kinul Old Sun disappeared. In their past records, Kebo Kinul displayed in the form of folk entertainment raised by local legend. Narrated in a village of crop valor, due to Kebo Kinul escort plain Zangri and then destroy rice paddy. Kebo Kinul disappointed because the farmers did not harvest any salvation. To overcome these problems, Kebo Kinul talks with community leaders named Kiai Petuk, which resulted in the decision that in order to succeed with a good harvest, the villagers make application delivered through dance tayub as a condition of the next harvest rituals in order to work well. As one of the conditions, residents will be asked to hold salvation during harvest, until finally Kebo Kinul friends again with farmers. The characters that appear in this story include Kebo Kinul, farmers, the pest which consists of mice, wild boars, mentek, and so on. Then there are figures Gadung Melati village farmer's daughter, Raden Panjidikrama, and Kiai Petuk. Another version of the story that is told of Kebo Kinul, plan of Kebo Kinul as crop pest with the legend of Hamlet circles. According to the story, the village leaves to farmers the goods received and receive Raja. In the area's very fertile rice fields, there are always bountiful harvests, but on one occasion attacked the rice pests include Hopper, Rat, Buluk, Sundep, and the queen of the Kebo Kinul pest itself. Because it was not received, then both of the receipts against the pest. So there was a war between the two sides. receives under siege from many directions, or in terms of the local people called Dikalang. Suddenly, one of the sages said, "If the village prospers someday, it will be named Hamlet Circles." After the sage went, then they held Rasulan in every year in July or August as a form of gratitude. Kebo Kinul Geneng Sari Folk Art, born of Kebo Kinul Kids Games, while Kebo Kinul New Creation is a fusion between the two. There are no rules really raw about how best folk performances are held. The main elements in the show include a story idea, movement, duration, costumes, songs, and musical accompaniment. Kebo Kinul Geneng Sari presented in the form of traditional theater. Kebo element in the story is a blend of Kinul Geneng Sari, Kebo Kinul story with local legend, the origins of the Hamlet circles. Important figures that appear like Risi Raga, Risi Braja, Raden Panji, Gadung Melati, farmers, and others in past. And the show also featured Keculan and Tayuban. Message to be conveyed is that the harvest can be successful, then the public should be held every year Rasulan. In the form of traditional theater, the dialogue is a key element of the messenger among players with other players and the delivery of the moral teachings of the player to the audience. Costumes are used according to the roles of each player. As for the visuals Kebo Kinul, using costumes made of straw. The entire body is wrapped with straw, so it's difficult to walk. Kebo Kinul performances feature in a long duration, approximately 2 hours. Kebo Kinul New Creation presented in the form of folk dance. Elements of the story tends to be made simpler, more popular in order to be understood by the audience in general, no longer prioritize local legend. Kebo Kinul story is new creation, a mix between Geneng Sari version younger, as well as children's games. Local figures will exist in Legend Omitted focus on the figure Kebo Kinul alone. Elements of the story in this version can be developed as widely as possible, adapt to the interests and demands party invites. Message to be delivered over to the good cooperation between the members to preserve nature. In this version of the aspect of spoken language dialogue are eliminated and prefer the elements of movement, costumes, or visual elements. Costume worn in Kebo Kinul New Creation continue to grow if the first use of straw, so now using rushes, selector and dust knowledge. Now, mendong is already sewn in shirt form, making it easier to wear. In this new version is also a staple aspect of makeup, because makeup then the embodiment of disposition, also to draw the attention of the audience. Hence, the dialogue aspect is omitted. Then the music and songs is an important element, especially as a messenger. Starting from the beginning to the end of the show, Kebo Kinul accompanied singing. It will help the audience to understand the message to be delivered, as well as to attract the attention of the audience. In the play, music is accompanied performances of tambourines and bleaches. Movements in the dance Kebo Kinul New Creation can be adjusted with the time duration given by the organizer. Kebo Kinul New Creation can be displayed in a long time, but also can be displayed in the 3 minutes. The main rhythm motion dance Kebo Kinul include slow motion, followed by a dashing motion that describes the battle between the Kebo Kinul, followed by a ritual scene or movement or nyinyuun manembah, ask for guidance from the Almighty. Then back to the fun movements and finished. Although there are addition and subtraction movement, cultivating atmosphere should still revert to the rhythm. Number of players can be customized with the show format. For the purpose of parade, totaling approximately 50 people to show that a short while the player only amount from 5 to 6 people. Kebo Kinul new creation can be displayed for a formal event, takes place in a closed room and only reserved in special guests, but also can display it like a folk art and the view is open to spectators from all walks of life. Important elements of the performing arts outside Kebo Kinul, namely organizing system. Kebo Kinul Arts Group organization in both versions, as well as new creation Geneng Sari, still using traditional system based on friendship and trust. The group is also the group that are not commercial. The members join as paid, but not do our stay. Party inviter is also a key element. He serves as a venue for the performing provider. The government is also having an important role in the revival of folk art and Kebo Kinul Geneng Sari new creation. Kebo Kinul performances that have been transformed into commodities performing arts will support the development of the creative economy in the communities surrounding the show, because the show took place there when people sell a wide range of commodities. Associated with the show, the community will gather to witness firsthand. Thus, the role of government, the public and the media have an important role in the effort to preserve the traditional culture that is as it should be known, guarded and preserved, so that the future children, grandchildren love this nation, the nation's cultural. It can start from a traditional art, which is a symbol of national pride. Proud to be a nation, love the culture of the nation. Kita bicara.